Okay, so this is my senior seminar PowerPoint presentation of basically my work over the past 2 years. Painting concentration. So this first slide is obviously a picture of me. Photography is a big part of the way I work, and the way I started painting was by taking portraits of other people and then basically just painting off the photos. And that's how I think that was kind of the hook for me that got me into art and drawing and eventually painting. So this is a painting of me, self-portrait. It's pretty recent. It's probably over the last 6 months, or within the last 6 months I did that. And I feel like it's pretty good. It's a pretty good example of my style as far as color and wanting to experiment with different colors and mark making. And I've started, well, you'll see in some of these future slides, but I'm really interested actually in kind of making it even more like non-representational, like with color and kind of not destroying the face, but like making it more abstract. So this is an artist who I really admire. Oops. Her name is, jeez, what is that? I'll get back there. So this artist, her name is Ying Li, and she works at in Pennsylvania. She's a professor, and this is kind of where I want to get to. She says she's an abstract and sort of, she kind of combines both abstraction and realism. And I mean, just like her hand, kind of her quick, like really confident handling of paint, the thickness in which she applies it, and the incredible bright color. Like that's totally where I want to go with my work. I don't think I'm nowhere near like as skilled as she is, like technically or whatever, but I just love this, and it's, so she's definitely an inspiration. Okay. So from the figure, I started into abstract work last semester. And again, I started working off of photos. This is a photo of some big construction, industrial kind of machine that I saw close to Whole Foods in Portland. And I loved, kind of all the action going on, the lines and curves, and I thought the color was actually kind of interesting too, like the western orange. And so this was sort of the jumping off point for some of my abstract paintings. This is one of the first abstract paintings that I did. It's not off of the machine. This is from a photo of a sculpture in the public library. It's like on the first floor, and it's all metal, sort of twisting metal. And this is where I just started to get into the idea of form as abstraction rather than something that you could easily identify. And I look at it now, and I mean, this wasn't that long ago, but I feel like this is a very sort of safe painting. But at the time, I felt like I was really kind of going, taking a risk. This is the next painting I did, next abstract painting. And again, it was kind of off of these like geometric forms. This actually was off of that machine that you guys saw earlier. I started off by going off the photo and then really just put the photo away and just started kind of playing with the paint and trying to see where it would take me. The palette here, the oranges and purples and yellows is actually pretty similar to what I'm still doing. So I haven't broken out really of that palette yet, but it's kind of where I'm pretty comfortable right now. And Okay, so this is, again, another photo. Not directly related to any paintings I'm going to show you guys, but it's this idea of like elements kind of colliding and converging together is really interesting, and it is something that's pretty consistent in my work, is bringing shapes into this kind of conflict or collision, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm hoping to actually do more work from pictures of water, just photographing water scenes, just because of the motion and the different colors that you can see. So this is a pretty recent painting, and this is sort of, I don't know, I feel like this does indicate water in some way. I originally was thinking of like brain neurons when I painted this, because that's how it started. I printed off a picture of the brain as like it was being lit up, I think. The dopamine center was being lit up or something. So I had all these bright colors going on. But again, like it's this flow, this movement, and shapes sort of moving in and out of each other. Like that's just kind of where I go when I paint. It's kind of a natural inclination. Another photo, which I'm going to skip. Okay, so this is an artist, she's a Maine painter, Alison Hildreth, who I just discovered. And I really, I'd love to be a little more aggressive with scraping paint, putting paint on and taking paint off the canvas. I feel like she's really great at that. I also really respond to the movements, sort of the circular shapes, which I keep going back to, in the really kind of yellow, kind of luminous quality of the paint. So this is a painting which I did this semester, which I feel like is, I didn't reference Alison's work or look at it when I did this, but I feel like it's pretty similar, and I'm still trying to kind of expand my color range. I feel like I'm still pretty safe with how I use color, but so sort of down the line. But again, you can obviously see a lot of movement in shapes moving in and out. So this is a collage that I made. So recently I've been doing that, making collages to, instead of going off of photos, I'm making collages and to help you start in paintings. And this is just fun. And actually I love doing it because there's no pressure. I just cut up a bunch of magazines or whatever and put the shapes together, and it's just fun and relaxing to do. So that's kind of my practice right at the moment, is collage making and then using that to start the painting. This is the biggest abstract painting I've made so far. It's like 4 feet by 4 feet. And it was a lot of fun, and I feel like this is probably I challenged myself the most on this. Started using paint, putting it down differently, using like palette knives, brushes, these kind of putty scraper things. So I was just using a lot of different tools. And because the canvas was so big, I was kind of just forced myself to be pretty strong about my decision making. I couldn't be like really tight. So I'm really happy with this. I feel like it's where I want to go with my work. But there's a lot more to say. This is also really recent, and I've worked on this a little bit since, so this is sort of almost done, but not quite. But I'm starting to go with some slightly different colors, and I'm happy about that. I want to continue to push that. I tend to if I use a lot of colors, it kind of gets away from me. So I'm trying to find a balance between what's what's kind of beautiful and vibrant and what's really ugly and grotesque. This is a guy, Santi Moix, I'm trying to say his last name, M-O-I-X. He's a New York artist who I really like, and again, he's using similar shapes that I use, and I really respond to the different colors and the way he's, using greens, yellows, and blues, and oranges. So I just feel like it's very dynamic. I also like that the shapes are really odd. I mean, I feel like I stick, as right now I'm sort of in this kind of circle or blob like range, and he's obviously not really constricted. And so one more slide. So this is a painting I did recently, and I'm just showing this because I want to reference this other artist's work who I really like. This is again being Lee. I'm going to show you guys a figure, a face that she painted. And again, I really want to move more in this direction, just because it's exciting to me that she uses paint, and I think there's just no reference, like anything. I mean, there is a reference to things in the world because this is like a landscape painting, but the way she handles paint is so sort of raw and like aggressive and visceral, and that's really one of the main reasons that I think it's. That's it. Thanks for showing up.